Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on our H1 Hummer. Quick little upgrade, and I'll show you exactly what it is here in a second. We've already got the hood open here, so one step's out of the way. Let me show you what we're doing. So this, if you're not familiar with the Hummer, this is your air filter box. It's a massive air filter that sits inside there. Air comes in from the outside vent and the snorkel through this pipe here. It gets sucked in through there and then makes its way to the intake tube that eventually ends up at the turbo, or if you've got a non-turbo motor at the intake manifold. This is how the factory airbox comes. This cylinder shape is all one piece, and then there's a round lid that fits here, and what holds the round lid on is this circular clamp that goes around the lip of it. And this little clamp right here, it's kind of like a T-bolt, if you will, if you're used to silicone coupler clamps that are called T-bolts. That's what holds it in place. It works fine, but there's a way better way to do that. If you ever need to take the air filter out just to check it, maybe before a road trip, or if you need to pull it out to make sure water didn't get in it, if you go through deep water, or whatever the case is, you've got to get yourself your, I think it's an 11mm metric, I forget what standard size it is. You got to undo that bolt, take it off, take this off, and so on. And the whole thing is steel, and eventually, as you can see, it starts to rust. Steel clamp on aluminum pieces, go figure. Now let me show you the upgraded part. That is a toolless clamp and also stainless steel. It's this guy right here. Much nicer. It's an OEM AM General part. It's not aftermarket. It fits perfect. It replaces that, goes right here. You adjust it with the bolt there, with the nut, sorry. And once you get it adjusted, you get it clamped down. It is a toolless clamp, so all you do is that, and you can take the clamp off, check the health of your filter, then you put it on, and you clamp it back down like so, and you're all ready to go. So let's pull this off. We'll pull the air filter out too, inspect it while we're here, since this is a new to us truck. I don't even know what kind of filter is in there. All right, got our trusty tools here, and I once had one of these bolts just break on me because it was that rusted. So take it easy and go into it expecting that that bolt might just break off, or you might have to cut it off with a cutoff wheel. And if it does, don't freak out, it's okay. There we go, that came out. Looks nice and clean in there, minus some dust there at the bottom that will get cleaned up. How's that guy look on the back side? All right, ew, all like crud.
Terrible.
Oh, maybe we'll get a new gasket for it later. So there's a gasket that sits at the perimeter of that lid in this box. We'll clean up that old gasket, see if it cleans up well. If it doesn't, we'll get a new gasket for it. I don't think you're gonna get any of that off. You know what we'll use for that? Do you know what?
No.
Steel wool.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, we got some #1 steel wool, and this case is aluminum, so it's okay to leave it bare metal. All we're trying to do is get all that gunk off of it. There we go, it's getting better. All right, we took off our hood snubber, it's sitting right there. And that way we've got a little bit more room to get behind it. It's kind of tight in there. Do you think this is a total waste of time, eh?
Mm-hmm.
But is it nice when it's clean?
No. You don't see it.
Because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't need to be clean. All right, we got all the gunk off that we could. And I don't know if you can tell from the video, but this is why you want to take all that gunk off. Because it leaves little tiny pits in the metal. You see that? And this is totally fine. We sanded it down with some 80 grit. This 80 grit? I think it's 80 grit. Maybe it's 60. But we sanded it down best we could, so it's smooth to the touch, but you can see all of the pits that are visible. Now, next thing we're gonna do is grab the shop vac, get all this stuff cleaned up, and get it wiped down with a wet cloth. Then we'll pull the air filter out. Just made a mess all over. You see all the debris? Anyway, let's clean this up. You don't want any of this going through your motor, so clean this up as best as you can. And it's kind of all over the place. So we want to get all that junk off from wherever it landed. Holy moly, it's everywhere. Even up here, see all this? That's all clean. Now you're gonna wanna remove this nut and we'll pull the air filter out. This one doesn't look like a stock one. The stock one has a silver end cap. Probably, if I had to guess, probably a K&N.
I think it's not tight.
It shouldn't be tight, it's just to hold it on there. Now you wanna grab the little handle right there, pull it out.
Holy fat.
Holy fat. That is a K&N.
Like a can, like.
This looks pretty new. Yeah, there's not even dust in this guy. Okay.
It's heavy.
I was gonna say maybe we need to blow it off, but this thing
stinks.
looks like it got replaced very recently. All right, so we're gonna vacuum the inside of that guy. It actually looks pretty spotless, but while we're in here, right? For those of you guys that know me, while you're in here, let's vacuum it. That's what?
That's the biggest filter I've ever seen.
It is a big filter. Get as far back as you can. The filter should be doing filtering, right? But anytime you're pulling a filter out on any vehicle, not just this thing, you always want to clean all the debris and do a quick vacuum. Now let's get the filter back in there. Line it up, don't force it. Wiggle it around if it gets stuck.
Okay.
Come on, you can figure it out. There we go. We'll put the nut back on, and remember that nut doesn't need to be overly tight, just a little snug. It's just to hold the filter in there. Now that that's all done, we've got a couple more things we need to do. Let's take this clamp off of the lid. That's gonna go in the garbage. Now, you don't have to, but we're gonna scuff this thing up, get all the loose paint off, get all this corrosion off, and then we're gonna paint it. And apart from that, we gotta get this gasket clean, because I don't have a new one, and we're gonna get all of this cleaned up as well. We got all of the crud we could off of the gasket. The gasket's still in good shape. I'm gonna wipe it down a little bit more with soap and water and get the rest of this stuff off of it. And we've got the lid all scraped down. You can see the pitting. We got sandpaper and got it all the way down to metal, and we're gonna paint it.
I
so
think you sanded a part off.
No, that's from the corrosion. Isn't that crazy? It ate the metal away, but there's still plenty of surface. We don't need to replace that. So got all the corrosion off the inside of the lip, everywhere, and we're gonna let that dry. We're gonna wash this guy. Oof, hands are dirty. You're gonna stand that up somewhere so it dries. Using some enamel, we're gonna put a light coat on it. And then we'll come back and do probably 2 more light coats. Getting the second coat on there. Here's coat number 4. We got a total of how many coats?
6, 7.
What is that the kids say these days? All right, so we're gonna let that dry. It's super wet. Then we'll get it back on the truck. Paint is all dry. I'm gonna get this gasket on it and we'll get it back on. All right, we've got that on there. Now you just push that clamp down. Go ahead. There you go. And that's it. Now you got a toolless clamp for your airbox.